Feng Shui can take you from poor to rich. Have you ever found yourself lying in bed at night, staring into the darkness and feeling an inexplicable shiver run down your spine? It is a primal fear, a relic from our ancestors who knew that the night was filled with predators and unseen dangers. In the modern world, we have conquered the darkness with electric lights, yet that instinctual unease remains. We fear what we cannot see. We fear the shadows. It is precisely in this space of shadow and mystery that the cat has walked for thousands of years. In the Western world, particularly in the folklore that permeates pop culture, cinema, and literature, the cat has often been cast as a villain of the night. We see the black cat perched on the broomstick of the Wicked Witch. We see the cat in horror movies hissing from the shadows, its eyes glowing with an eerie, supernatural light. There is a deep-seated cultural belief in the West that the cat is a creature of yin, of coldness, of darkness, and perhaps even of malevolence. They are seen as the companions of ghosts, the spies of demons, or simply as aloof, selfish creatures that tolerate us but do not love us. But today, I am here to shatter that illusion. I want to take you on a journey that dismantles these misconceptions piece by piece. I want to invite you to look through a different lens, a lens polished by my unique dual background. You see, I have spent over 8 years immersing myself in the profound depths of traditional Eastern metaphysics, studying the I Ching, Feng Shui, and the ancient energy systems of my ancestors. But before that, I walked the halls of Western academia. I studied their science, their logic, and their history. Stood in the center of both worlds. I remember vividly a debate I once had with a Western friend during my university days. He was adamant that cats were spooky, citing medieval superstitions about them stealing breath or being bad omens. I smiled and told him, in my culture, a cat is a tiger that fits in your lap. The tiger is the king of all beasts, the ultimate symbol of yang energy. He was stunned. He had never considered it that way. This conversation planted a seed in me, a desire to bridge this gap and reveal the true nature of our feline companions. Far from being creatures of darkness, cats are in fact biological generators of pure yang energy. They are living, breathing vessels of the sun. They are spiritual guardians disguised as house pets. Today, we are going to dive deeper than we ever have before into the metaphysics of the cat. We will decode the ancient secrets behind their coat colors, understanding why the Calico is a walking Feng Shui formation, why the black cat is the ultimate shield against cosmic evil, and why those frantic 3 AM Zoomies are actually a critical ritual of spiritual cleansing that protects your family. Let us begin our deep dive with the most colorful and perhaps the most misunderstood of them all, the Calico cat. You have likely walked into an Asian restaurant or business and seen the Maneki-Nico, the famous beckoning cat statue, waving its paw tirelessly. It is a global symbol of good luck. But have you ever noticed that the traditional Maneki-Nico is almost always a calico? This is not an artistic choice, it is a metaphysical necessity. In the ancient study of energy and the 5 elements Wu Xing, the calico cat is considered a perfect storm of wealth creation. A true calico possesses 3 distinct colors: white, black, and orange or yellow. To the uninitiated, this is just a genetic trait. But to a master of metaphysics, this is a living map of the universe's abundance. Let's break it down color by color, element by element. First, we have the white fur. In the 5 elements theory, the color white corresponds to the element of metal Jin. Metal is the essence of value. It represents gold, silver, coins, and the hard currency that forms the bedrock of any economy. But energetically, metal also represents structure, precision, and righteousness. It is the roots of your financial stability. Without metal, you have no capital, no starting point. Next, we have the black patches. In Feng Shui, black is the color of the water element Shui. Now you might ask, why does water matter for money? In our tradition, there is a fundamental axiom: mountain governs people health, water governs wealth. Water is the element of flow, of movement, of adaptability. Money that does not move is dead money. You need the energy of water to facilitate commerce, to bring opportunities, to ensure that wealth flows towards you and not away from you. The black fur on a calico represents this fluidity, this ability to navigate the currents of fortune. Finally, we have the yellow or orange patches. These correspond to the earth element too. Earth is the mother of all things. The ancient texts say, earth generates all things to Shen Wan Wu. Earth represents stability, trust, and the ground beneath our feet. It is the container that holds the water and the mine that produces the metal. It represents real estate assets and a solid foundation that cannot be shaken. So, when you look at a calico cat, you are not just looking at a pet. You are witnessing a self-sustaining energetics, like earth generates metal, metal generates water. It is a complete ecosystem of prosperity walking around your living room. But the symbolism goes even deeper, reaching back into the agricultural roots of human civilization. For thousands of years before banks and digital ledgers, wealth was measured in one thing: grain. If you had a full granary, you were rich. If your granary was empty, you starved. What was the greatest enemy of this wealth? The rat. The rodent was the destroyer, the thief who came in the night to steal the family's survival. The cat, by its very biological nature, is the sworn enemy of the rat. It is the guardian of the grain. In ancient times, a family with a good cat was a family that survived the winter. Therefore, the cat became synonymous with the preservation of wealth. It does not just attract money, it guards it. It ensures that what you earn is not lost to theft, waste, bad investments, or misfortune. By keeping a calico, you are inviting a 3- colored sentinel into your home, a guardian who ensures your spiritual and financial granary remains full. Moving on from the multi-colored guardian, let us speak of the monochromatic ones, starting with the white cat. There is an old folk saying in the East, when a white cat enters the house, a blessing is sure to follow. The white cat represents purity in its most absolute, uncompromising form. Because white corresponds to the metal element, specifically the yang metal, it is often unseen as a direct messenger from the heavens. Think of the white cat as a spiritual filter. We live in a world filled with dust, not just physical dust, but emotional and energetic dust. We come home carrying the stress of the office, the anger of a traffic jam, the anxiety of the news. This negative energy, if left unchecked, accumulates in our homes like a layer of grime. White cat acts as a beacon of cleansing light. Its energy is crisp, clean, and high vibration. When a white cat walks through a room, it is said to cut through this heavy emotional debris, brings a sense of clarity and lightness. If you are someone who works in a high stress environment, or if your home often feels cluttered with the mental fog of arguments or worry, a white cat acts as a harmonizer. It neutralizes stress and replaces it with a calm, auspicious brightness. It is the embodiment of a blessing arriving at your doorstep, pure, untainted, and serene. Now we must address the most controversial, the most maligned, and yet perhaps the most powerful figure in the feline kingdom, the black cat. I feel a deep responsibility to rewrite the narrative surrounding this magnificent creature. In the West, superstition has been incredibly cruel to the black cat. For centuries, they were hunted, feared, and associated with the devil. There is a tragic historical irony here. In the Middle Ages, during the Great Witch Hunts, hundreds of thousands of cats, especially black ones, were slaughtered because of this superstition. What was the result? The rat population exploded. With the rats came the fleas, and with the fleas came the Black Death, the plague that wiped out half of Europe. One could argue that the plague was the karma for destroying the guardians. The black cat was not the cause of the evil, it was the only thing standing between humanity and the destruction. In the true Eastern tradition, and indeed in the deeper roots of esoteric history, the black cat is royalty. We call them Zhuan Mao, the mystic cat, or the profound cat. The ancient texts describe the perfect Zhuan Mao not as flat, dull black, but as a black so deep and rich that it shimmers with reddish or copper highlights when the sunlight hits it just right. This is not a creature of bad luck, it is a creature of immense power. While the white cat brings blessings, the black cat banishes evil. It is the ultimate spiritual bouncer. The color black, being the essence of the water element in its deepest form, has the power to absorb and neutralize negative energy. It is like a black hole for bad vibes. It does not fear the dark, it masters the dark. In traditional lore, a black cat is said to possess the yin eye, the ability to see things that the human eye cannot. They see the spirits, the negative entities, the dirty things that might try to attach themselves to a household. But the black cat does not conspire with them. It hunts them. It intimidates them. Its energy is so dominant that lesser spirits flee from its presence. By raising a black cat, you are effectively installing a high -level security system for your soul. It shields the home from malice, envy, psychic attacks, and misfortune. Acts as a void that swallows up bad luck before it can ever reach you. So if you have a black cat, do not fear it. Do not listen to the outdated superstitions of the past. Honor it. Respect it. It is taking the hits so you don't have to. It is standing guard in the shadows so you can live in the light. This brings us to the core misunderstanding that I feel compelled to correct, the foundational error in how the West views the cat. As someone who has spent years studying the intersection of culture and energy, I am deeply aware of how Western media has conditioned us to view cats as yin, as shadowy, lunar creatures associated with the cold and the damp. But from the perspective of genuine energy mechanics, this is fundamentally, scientifically, and spiritually incorrect. The cat is a creature of pure yang energy. It is a solar animal, not a lunar one. Let us look at the evidence, starting with the physics of sound. If you pay close attention to the sounds of the animal kingdom, you will notice a distinct pattern. Creatures that are truly yin creatures associated with dampness, darkness, and subterfuge often make high-pitched, sharp, or hissing sounds. Think of the snake, the rat, or the insect. These are sounds that pierce, unsettle, and agitate. They are high-frequency and erratic. But now, listen to the cat. Listen to the tiger. What is their signature sound? It is the low growl, the roar, and the rumble. In the physics of sound, low-frequency vibrations are associated with power, grounding, and earth-shaking force. This is yang energy. It is the energy of thunder, of the earth moving, of a mountain settling. Even the domestic cat's purr is a biological marvel. It is a low-frequency vibration, typically between 25 and 150 Hz. Scientists have discovered that this specific frequency promotes tissue regeneration, increases bone density, and reduces stress in humans. It is a healing frequency. It is a sound that generates life, not one that takes it away. This is the definition of yang energy, life minus giving, warm and restorative. We can see this solar connection even more clearly if we look at ancient history, specifically at a civilization that understood spiritual energy better than perhaps any other ancient Egypt. To the Egyptians, cats were not just pets, they were divine. The cat was the avatar of the goddess Bastet, who represented protection, fertility, and the warmth of the sun. But the mythology goes even deeper. In the Egyptian Book of the Dead, the cat is depicted as the sworn protector of Ra, the sun god. The story goes that every night, Ra would travel through the underworld on his solar bark boat to bring light to the other side. But in the deepest part of the night, the great serpent Tepet, the embodiment of chaos, darkness, and evil, would attack the boat, trying to swallow the sun and plunge the world into eternal darkness. Who stood between the sun and the serpent? It was the great cat. In the murals, the great cat is shown taking a knife and slicing off the head of the serpent Tepet, saving Ra and ensuring the sun would rise again the next morning. Think about that imagery. The cat is the warrior of the light. It is the slayer of darkness. It is the guardian of Apollo. It is the ultimate symbol of the triumph of order over chaos. So when you see your cat sunbathing, soaking up every ray of light, know that it is recharging its solar batteries. It is a creature of the sun through and through. So how does this apply to your daily life? How does this high-minus level metaphysics translate to the reality of living with a cat? I'm sure every cat owner listening has experienced the phenomenon known as the night Zoomies. It is 3 a.m. The house is silent. You are fast asleep, dreaming peacefully. Suddenly, you hear the thundering of paws. It sounds like a herd of elephants, not a 10-pound animal. Your cat is sprinting from one end of the hallway to the other, jumping on top of the refrigerator, staring intensely at invisible spots on the wall, pupils dilated, acting completely wild. You might wake up grumpy, pulling the pillow over your head, thinking, why is my cat crazy? Why can't it just sleep? Or if you are superstitious, you might think, oh no, the cat sees a ghost. The house is haunted. I want you to reframe this experience entirely. I want you to stop being annoyed and start being grateful. Remember what we discussed. The cat is a creature of pure yang energy. It is a solar warrior. Now think about your home. When a house sits still, especially at night, the ki or energy can become stagnant. Just like water in a pond becomes murky if it never moves, the energy in your home can develop dead spots. These shadow pockets usually accumulate in corners, under beds, in hallways, or in rooms that aren't used often. This stagnation is what we call yin ki. Breeds lethargy, bad moods, and a general sense of heaviness. When your cat suddenly explodes into action, running and jumping for no apparent reason, it is not being crazy. It is performing a ritual of energetic churning. Imagine a spoon stirring a pot of soup that has settled. The cat is the spoon. By sprinting at high speeds, by creating air currents and vibrations, the cat is physically and energetically breaking up that stagnant energy. It is chasing away the shadows. It is patrolling its territory and ensuring that the vibration of the home remains high and dynamic. It is literally activating the ki of your house. It is hunting down the yin energy and scattering it with its yang presence. Do not scold them. Do not lock them out. Think of it as your little household god of wealth performing a nightly cleansing dance. They are stirring up the ki, activating the flow of fortune, and ensuring that no negative energy can settle in your sanctuary. They are active wealth running through your halls. They are the antibodies of your house's immune system. So the next time you hear those paws thundering in the dark, smile, roll over, and go back to sleep, knowing that your guardian is on duty. The little tiger is patrolling the perimeter, keeping the monsters at bay, and ensuring that when you wake up, your home is fresh, safe, and filled with the vibrant energy of life. Treat them well and respect them, for they are not just pets, they are the silent, furry keepers of your castle's soul.